Let's go through the Modern Warfare 3 Zombies beta, early access to the mode, release dates, what leaks we have so far, and much more. Be sure to subscribe for the latest COD update videos like this. We're super close to 110,000 subscribers. Really appreciate it, guys, and be sure to leave a comment down below. What's one thing you want to see in MW3 Zombies, whether that's a feature from a previous game, a certain perk you want to see return, some Cold War Zombies mechanics, maybe a certain map you want to see remade. Let me know down below that one thing you want to see added to MW3 Zombies. I'll be sure to use a bunch of your comments and put them up on screen in my next video about zombies, so be sure to leave those comments down below. But first up here, the information we have so far on MW3 Zombies in terms of a beta. This is super interesting, and this could obviously mean two different things. This could mean a beta for, as in we play the mode early, or a beta like DMZ was in a beta, where the whole time we have MW3 Zombies, it's in a beta state, which is interesting there. So he says this: we may be getting a Zombies beta for MW3. He's heard nothing about it himself, but two other known sources for COD information, Margwa and Alex, have claimed that one could be coming. So first off, if you guys don't know Margwa and Alex, they've actually leaked out a bunch of stuff that came out to be true back in Cold War mostly. A lot of these zombie leaks we talked about on this channel especially came from them and did end up being pretty accurate. So these are not just random people tweeting out random things like some people do on Twitter. Now Margwa says this: Modern Warfare 3 Zombies beta is gonna go so hard. And then Alex said just a zombies emoji and then a B, obviously referring to Zombies beta there. Now, what's interesting is that we have two different things here potentially. With the way Margwa says it, Margwa is saying it like it's gonna be some type of beta that we play early. At least that's how I interpret it. But other people, like Alex here, is being very, very vague. People are saying, well, it could just be the beta in terms of DMZ. So let's break down what's more likely, what we could see in both case scenarios, what we want to see, of course, what's happening here with MW3 Zombies. So let's go through what we would definitely prefer to see. It's being able to play MW3 Zombies early. So we've been talking about a potential COD Zombies beta for so many years now, dating back to the first Call of Duty beta and Black Ops 3. We all said, we wonder if there's going to be a Zombies beta. Being able to play the Giant and Shadows of Evil early was something we genuinely talked about, and we said, look, if this were to happen, that would be so insanely sick. At that point, we never had a beta, so we didn't even know what to expect there. Of course, we realized it would just be multiplayer, and that still is cool, but going back then, and every year we had a Zombies mode, we always thought, you know, it would be sick to play Zombies early, a little bit of Zombies early. Now, all of the betas pretty much have been multiplayer only up until last year, where we got to play MW2's campaign early. Now, that's not really a beta, it's just playing the game early, but most beta nowadays are not really just a beta, it's kind of just playing the game early, right, at this point. So it's kind of the same thing there. But we've been asking for a Zombies beta for so many years now, and honestly, I feel like it would be pretty sick. Now, what's interesting is that it kind of depends on what we're seeing for MW3 Zombies. There's a lot of other factors that go into play here, because in my head, when we think a Zombies beta, of course, we don't want to be able to play the entire mode early. That would just ruin the fun of Zombies. Usually, when a new Zombies map comes out on launch day for a DLC update for a map pack in the past, the fun would be in not knowing anything about the map, just seeing the teaser trailer, the gameplay trailer, and have some idea as to what you might do, and then you hop in, discover all of the new content, discover the Easter eggs, discover the map, and all of that good stuff. And playing the entire map early would kind of ruin the fun of Zombies. But what you could do for a Zombies beta, what we talked about for BO3, BO4, Cold War, all of these past zombie games, you could let people play a small section of the map. So I remember an idea I had in a video a couple years ago, maybe just being able to play in the spawn room of the new Zombies map, round 1 to 10, whatever, just that little section, be able to test out some of the content, test out some of the features, see the graphics, see the zombies, but not be able to explore the rest of the map, not be able to do any Easter eggs, not be able to get the Wonder Weapon. You still can't do most of the main content in the Zombies mode, but you get a little taste of what Zombies is like. I feel like that'd be pretty cool, and that would be a Zombies beta. That would be sufficient enough for me, just getting a little taste of Zombies early. Let me know down below if you like that idea there, if you would want to be able to play more of the Zombies in a beta form. I definitely would understand that, but for the most part, I want Zombies to be something we still experience at launch, that we still have to wait for, that we have to wait to discover. And if there is a Zombies beta, have it be a very just small part of the mode here. Now, that really works for a traditional zombies experience, like a Treyarch round-based map, in my opinion. Now, for this here with MW3 zombies, we're of course seeing something a bit different. We're seeing zombies take place on a large-scale map, most likely the Los Alamos Warzone map. And that's of course a bit different from what we've seen in the past here. It's going to be a mixture of DMZ and zombies, and we don't know how in-depth it's going to be, but to me it seems like a mode that's going to be fairly in-depth, but definitely not on the level of a normal Treyarch Zombies mode. Now, for a beta here, what would a beta look like for this new Zombies experience? We don't know too much about this yet, but from what we heard from people that got information, like Noah J456 and Mr. Alex JD, they got a ton of Zombies info for MW3. Pretty much when you start off, you infill in certain parts of the map, certain areas, just like how DMZ you infill all different squads. They were playing with multiple squads on the same map. And at the beginning of the zombies experience, right when you infill, you have very low grade zombies. You have zombies running at you. You can loot around. You could complete little minor missions. You have some AI soldiers fighting you as well. This is all, you know, what those YouTubers said about MW3 zombies. These are not theories here. That's the beginning of MW3 zombies. And then as you move to the center of the map, you go into a more difficult area where you're fighting more difficult zombies. There's no AI soldiers. There's more difficult missions to complete as well. That's what MW3 zombies is going to be like. So for a beta, maybe you infill in one specific area of the map. There's just a little section of the Los Alamos Warzone map where you could explore, kill some zombies, do some very beginner missions just to test out the zombies mode, but you can't do any Easter eggs. You can't complete through the different story acts like they talked about. Treyarch confirmed this stuff here. You can't go get the Wonder Weapon. You can't do all of these different things here. There's just one small portion of the Los Alamos map you could explore, run around, and that's it. That would be a sufficient enough beta, in my opinion, for MW3. You're not playing the entire map. You're not playing all of the content. You're just getting a little taste of MW3 zombies. That would make the most sense to me. Let me know down below if you would want to see that there. Is it worth it for them to do that? I'm not so sure. I always like marketing. I feel like it would get people a little more excited for zombies, especially with people being skeptical about MW3 zombies and there being such a massive zombies fan base. I mean, Black Ops 3 just came out to be one of the best-selling CODs last month for, I think it was PlayStation. I'll put the tweet up on screen. People are still playing BO3, mostly, of course, for custom zombies. So zombies is still a massive part of the community here, and having zombies just a part of the beta marketing, I feel like would bring a lot of people over to the game, would get a lot of people excited, and just showing more love to zombies, I feel like would be cool overall. So those are my opinions there. That's what a zombies beta would look like for MW3. Now, is that the most likely case here? Probably not. Again, only because in the past we've never seen a zombies beta. It's always been multiplayer, probably in, you know, Activision's head and Treyarch, IW, Sledgehammer, whoever's in charge there. They probably just figure it's not worth it. Who cares? Let them wait for zombies. And I get that. It's not a big deal. If I can't play zombies a month early before the game comes out, not a big deal at all. I just think it would be pretty cool. But what's more likely is that zombies is going to be in a beta state like DMZ was in a beta state for the entirety of last year. Now, what exactly does that mean? What are the benefits of this? Why does it matter? I mean, for the most part, I feel like it's definitely a marketing thing here, although the Ghost of Hope said something a bit interesting about this here. He said beta just means they could do patches and such without approval from the console makers, which I know is true in certain situations. That's partly why I'm pretty sure Fortnite was able to do so many updates so consistently when the game was in its prime back in like 2018, right? Because it was in a beta state, it didn't have to go through the approval process or as much approvals, and they were just able to push out so many updates super quickly. I'm not so sure if that's the same thing with DMZ beta last year. I'm pretty sure since DMZ was still a part of Warzone and it was a part of that Warzone client, it still had to go through that same approval process. It wasn't separated by the mode. If DMZ was its own client and it was in a beta state, then that might be a bit different, but pretty sure that's not the case there. I think for the most part, it's just a marketing thing. And it was just to say last year, like, look, DMZ is in a beta state, as in we're still evolving the mode. We're still figuring out what DMZ is meant to be. We're still gonna add features. And they came out and said this at the beginning when the game first came out. that, look, we're still going to improve DMZ, we're going to add all these different features, etc. And I'm completely fine with that. It's not a big deal. Of course, now it seems like DMZ is not returning, or at least going to be evolved into zombies. But the question is now, why is MW3 zombies also going to be in a beta state? Is it to say that this zombies is still going to be an ever evolving mode, that they still want to work on it? Or is it kind of like an excuse to just, say like, look, don't be too harsh on us. This is a beta mode and it's not the final version of the mode, which again would kind of suck. But to be fair, I'm going into this year, I'm going into MW3 in terms of zombies thinking this is not going to be a fully fledged zombies mode. I don't want it to be. This is more of a warm up and a preparation for Black Ops 2024 zombies. That's where it's going to get really interesting. That's where we're going to get a fully fledged zombies mode with, I'm assuming, round base, outbreak, maybe Onslaught as well, which is zombies on the multiplayer maps, maybe some new modes as well, maybe Grief returning, maybe a story campaign mode. That's going to be a fully fledged zombies mode. For this year with MW3, it's not even Treyarch's game. They're working on zombies, but it's not going to be a main Treyarch zombies mode. A lot of people are saying, where's round base? Where's all this content? You can't go into that thinking about it. Think about this year's zombies mode as the next evolution to DMZ, but with zombies, which I feel like could still be really cool, but it's just not going to be the same thing as a normal Treyarch mode, and that's fine. We're going to get a normal Treyarch zombies mode next year with 2024. So again, as I said, if what these leaks are referring to here is that this year's MW3 zombies mode is going to be in a beta state, it's not that big of a deal. It's probably just a marketing thing. It just means that they're going to continue to update and evolve this mode and have it fully ready for what is eventually going to be probably a better version of this mode for Black Ops 2024. At least that's how I'm seeing it. Let me know down below how you're seeing it here, or again, maybe it's a zombies beta where we get to play the mode early. Let me know down below, what do you want to see? What would be cooler to have here? Again, whatever happens, not a big deal. This is just a warm-up, in my opinion, to what we're seeing for Black Ops 2024 zombies. I'm going to enjoy what we get here. I'm going to have as much fun as I can, and we'll see where it brings us. Now we're here in Cold War Zombies. I wanted to hop in here and show you guys what we might see for MW3 zombies. I definitely want to expand upon this in future videos. As you guys leave ideas in the comment section down below, we'll formulate what we want to see for this year's mode and also for Black Ops 2024 as well. But keep in mind, unlike Vanguard Zombies, which was Treyarch made but not really the Dark Ether storyline necessarily, MW3 Zombies is a direct continuation, or it's tying into the Dark Ether story from Cold War Zombies. We're seeing a lot of the similar zombies. I mean, the first image we saw, put it up on screen, from MW3 Zombies literally looks like a screenshot from a forgotten Cold War Zombies map, right? Like, this could easily be, like, it looks like an Outbreak map screenshot. So clearly here we're getting heavy Cold War Zombies vibes, but how much of those vibes are returning? First off, with the menu here, obviously the menu is going to look a bit different. This is just like the Cold War UI. You have a similar UI here with Cold War MP, so it's going to look different in MW3, of course. It's going to be the exact same MW3. MW2 UI, probably similar there, but with the zombies. So that's not going to change, obviously, but what's interesting here is that, are we going to get the same type of create class system? Because for zombies in Cold War, you had one weapon you could choose from. You could choose from, obviously, we have, let's go from the top here, ARs, SMGs, tactical rifles, LMGs, snipers, pistols, shotguns, launchers, melee weapon, special weapons. That's all cool. And then you had one field upgrade to pick from out of all of these here in the game, which is sick overall. Now for DMZ, we obviously saw something a bit different. You picked your missions, you picked your class, you could pick an insured weapon slot, and you could pick a tactical, a lethal, a slightly different create a class system. Both worked very similar. You spawn in with some type of weapon you previously chose in the menu. For MW3 Zombies, since it's going to be a combination of zombies and DMZ, are we getting a similar vibe here? Are we spawning in with some type of weapon? We're definitely going to spawn in with some type of weapon, but is it going to be the exact same menu as DMC? Is it going to be more like Cold War Zombies here, where you're picking a class like this? You pick your little upgrade, your starting pistol. That's pretty much it. You know, what type of, how much of DMZ will be brought into MW3 Zombies? That's the real question here. So again, they probably already decided that, but let me know down below what you would prefer to see, a Cold War Zombies vibe or more of a DMZ style of vibe in terms of what you're spawning in with. Now, I also have to mention this here real quick. Onslaught should 100% return. Of course, it should return for Black Ops 2024. I think it will. But honestly, for MW3, Onslaught would be so fire. And it seems like a relatively easy mode to make. So if you guys don't know what Onslaught was in Black Ops Cold War, it's pretty much zombies, Kind of round based, but instead of rounds, you have surges. It runs a bit quicker. It's not exactly as in-depth as round based, but it's a very similar vibe, pretty much. Fighting zombies, you pick up your pack punch upgrades. You can upgrade your weapons that way. You can pick up other stuff, tacticals, lethals, weapons, etc. Pretty much a bare bones version of round based, but it was set on the existing Cold War multiplayer maps. In this case here, this is a gunfight map, so it was set on those types of maps as well. And bro, this map is fire. This is also our first look, or was our first look at Marder Toten, of course, in the subway, in the Berlin subway, I should say. This literally feels like a zombie map. This is so sick. So also just gave you different sceneries and different places to play zombies in, which I feel like was so fire. It was so cool to mix things up, play zombies on the multiplayer maps, especially maps like these that feel like a zombies experiences. So for MW3, of course, why Onslaught would be so fire specifically, because obviously the MW3 MP maps are all of the old MW2 2009 maps. So playing zombies, especially Cold War style zombies, since MW3 is going to be very similar to Cold War zombies. A lot of the Cold War zombies are returning in MW3. So Cold War style zombies on the OG MW2 maps, I don't know about you guys, man, but that sounds so sick. And especially one step further, man, if they bring Onslaught back, we're playing on those MW2 maps, and they make the maps all take place during the nighttime, and they give like a little bit of an eerie zombies feel and vibe to those maps, bro, that'd be so fire. And I feel like, again, I don't know for sure, but it probably is relatively easy to do. You're not developing any new content. It's the same exact maps, but you just have some zombie spawns on there. And we're migrating hosts. Look at that. But yeah, you add some zombie spawns, you add some of the perks, the features, whatever, but the map stays the same, and that's pretty much it. It should be relatively easy content to make for developers, and I feel like a lot of people would appreciate that, and I feel like, again, it'd be pretty cool. Zombies on the OG MW2 map. So let me know down below if you want to see that, man. Obviously, for Black Ops 2024, I feel like it will definitely return. I definitely want to see it return in general. But just especially for MW3, man, for those MP maps, I feel like it'd be so cool. And again, it could be like our version of round base. Since we're not seeing actual round base for MW3, we're just getting the open world experience. People that are eager for a little bit of a round-based vibe could get that through the Onslaught maps in MW3. It wouldn't be the exact same. It wouldn't be like a newly created round-based map, and I feel like people might unfortunately still complain about that, like, oh, we don't want the MP maps as round-based maps. We want actual round-based maps returning, but look, I would rather take that than nothing, and I think people have to understand, like as I said earlier in the video, we are just waiting for COD 2024 for real round-based content. At least I am. I'm not expecting any crazy zombies content for MW3. So if we just get something for MW3, the open world experience, and the zombies on the MP maps, on the old 2009 maps, I would be completely down with that for sure. I'd be completely down with that. But again, let me know down below your opinions on that. Well, this guy's kind of kill me here. But yeah, overall, that's it here for this video. Be sure to subscribe for the latest COD update videos like this. Let me know down below your opinions on MW3 zombies. Of course, leave your comments down below. What do you want to see added to this mode? I'll be sure to use your comments up on screen for future videos. Be sure to subscribe for more. Shout out to the YouTube channel members as always. And I'll see you guys. Actually, side note, if you want me to go back to Cold War, do some more live comms like this on this game, maybe some more streams, let me know down below as well, because I might be down actually a couple times before this game comes out. So let me know. Shout out to YouTube channel members as always, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.